Hi there. It's November 25th and time for Proverbs 25. Now, these are, it says in verse 1, also these are Proverbs of Solomon that men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, transcribed. Okay, we got together. Solomon's actual written ones ended in 24, and we're into Hezekiah's. Still Proverbs of Solomon. My chair's giving me problems here. But and some of them you'll recognize. Okay. Also, these are Proverbs of Solomon that men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, transcribed, copied, right? The honor of God is to hide a thing, and the honor of kings is to search out a matter. You don't have kings, but it is the glory of God to conceal the matter. The heavens for height, the earth for depth, and the heart of kings are unsearchable. I don't know. I mean, yeah. 4, take away the dross from silver, and a vessel for the refiner goeth forth. Right. Remove the impurities, and a vessel is produced for the silversmith. Right. That means heating it up, melting it in a furnace, and all the impurities scraped to the top, and you scrape those off and throw them away, and you are left with pure silver. Right. It says in other chapters that God does that with hearts. Take away the wickedness before a king, and established in righteousness is his throne. These two kind of go together, right? 6, honor not thyself before a king, and in the place of the great stand not. Don't brag about yourself, and don't stand in the place of the great. Be humble, right? Be humble, okay? Just be humble. Should never brag anywhere, especially in front of the king. Huh? 7, right? And these two go together. Okay. 6 and 7. Okay. We'll read them together. Honor not thyself before a king, and in the place of the great stand not. For better that he saith to thee, come up hither, than that he humble thee before a noble whom thine eyes have seen. All right? Did you get that in the old language? Okay. Don't brag about yourself before the king. Don't stand in the place of the great, for it's better for him to say to you, come up here, than to demote you in plain view of a noble. You go to some function and you think you're all that, and you go sit up front, right? And everybody sees you sitting up front, and then somebody comes and says, I'm sorry, your seat is back there. And you have to get up and walk to the back in front of everybody and be embarrassed, right? And there goes your reputation. But if you start in the back, humble, and they say, oh, your place is up here with us, then you get to walk up in front of everybody and be honored, right? That's important stuff. 8, go not forth to strive, haste, turn. What dost thou in its latter end, when thy neighbor causeth thee to blush? Wow. Don't take a matter to court hastily, otherwise what will you do afterward if your opponent humiliates you? Yeah. That's not what I'm... Go not forth to strive, haste, turn. Strive, haste, turn. Well, it probably says neighbor over here. Neighbor. Yeah. That says don't go to court. Strive, haste, turn. That's interesting. 9, thy cause plead with thy neighbor, and the secret counsel of another reveal not. Okay, these 3 go together, okay? Yeah, we're only highlighting them because they go together. It's one statement, okay? Go forth to strive, haste, run, haste, turn. What dost thou in this latter end, when thy neighbor causeth thee to blush? Thy cause plead with thy neighbor, and the secret counsel of another reveal not. lest the hearer put thee to shame, and thine evil report turn not back. Wow. So read that over here for those of us who like things put in simple English, right? Don't take a matter to court hastily, otherwise what will you do afterward if your opponent humiliates you? Make your case with your opponent without revealing another secret. Otherwise the one who hears will disgrace you, and you will never live it down. Thine evil report turn not back. You won't live it down. Right. 11. Apples of gold in imagery of silver is the word spoken at its fit times. A ring of gold and an adornment of pure gold is the wise reprover to an attentive ear. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples on a silver tray. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like a gold ring or an ornament of gold. Right? Wise words at the right time. All right? Okay, 13. A vessel of snow in a day of harvest, so is a faithful ambassador to those sending him, and the soul of his masters he refresheth. Right. A faithful messenger, trustworthy, refreshes the hearts of their masters. A good employee can do that. 14. Clouds and wind and rain there is none, is a man boasting himself in a false gift. Clouds and wind, and rain there is none. Right? Like clouds and wind without rain is a man boasting himself in a false gift. Right? Boast about a gift that does not exist. Lots of people do that. I can do this, I can do that. And nothing ever materializes, right? 15. By long suffering is a ruler persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh a bone. That's true. A soft tongue breaketh a bone. All right? We talk about words all the time. 16. Honey thou hast found. Eat thy sufficiency, lest thou be satiated with it sick, and hast vomited it. Right. Eat only what you need, otherwise you'll get sick. Right? Don't be a glutton. 17. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be satiated, sick with thee, and have hated thee. Right? Don't wear out your welcome. Okay? Just wait to be invited. Some people are always knocking on their neighbor's door that they get sick of them, right? 18. A maul and a sword and a sharp arrow is the man testifying against his neighbor a false testimony. All right. A man giving false testimony against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, or a sharp arrow. Right? Just lying, right? Just lies. You think God won't get you for that? You're wrong. 19. A bad tooth and a tottering foot is the confidence of the treacherous in a day of adversity. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot. All right, so we highlight that over here too. All right. 20. Whoso is taking away a garment on a cold day is as vinegar on nitre, and a singer of songs on a sad heart. Wow. You suppose they understood this in 1898? Maybe. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day, or like pouring vinegar on soda. Okay. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off your coat in the snow. Right. And when a heart's troubled, you don't want to be around singing songs, la la la, trying to make them laugh. That's not what they need. Okay. 21. If he who is hating thee doth hunger, cause him to eat bread. And if he thirst, cause him to drink water. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Enemies, okay. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink. That's the... Okay, Jesus said, love your enemies. Okay? Love them. And it continues, for coals thou art putting on his head, and Jehovah giveth recompense to thee. All right. It's like putting burning coals on their head. They hate you. They want to kill you, and you're feeding them because you're starving. All right. The guilt will get them. 23. A north wind bringeth forth rain, and a secret tongue indignant faces. A backbiting tongue, angry looks, indignant faces. Backbiting, is that a gossip, right? People talk about you behind your back. Yeah, nobody needs that kind of stuff. 24. Better to sit in the corner of a roof than with a woman of contentions in a house of company. Yeah, they copied this from Solomon, huh? He says that all over Proverbs. Because he had 700 wives and could not keep them all happy. Impossible to do. Right? 25. Has cold waters for a weary soul, so is a good report from a far country. Right. We could use that, huh? We could use that. A spring troubled and a fountain corrupt is the righteous falling before the wicked. That it's highlighted over here. A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or a polluted well. Now there are, especially in politics, there are good people that will get pressured and bend over to corrupt people, right? And it's like a muddied spring or polluted well, useless water. Got that? I don't. How do you fix it? I don't know. 27. The eating of much honey is not good, nor a searching out of one's own honor. Right? Prideful. Don't be prideful, right? Seek glory after glory. Seek one's own honor. Prideful, right? It'll make you sick, okay? And 28, a city broken down without walls is a man without restraint over his spirit, right? Contemper. Man who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down. Open to anything, right? So there you go. Proverbs 25. Solomon's Proverbs that the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied down. Okay. And we highlighted some more to put them together than for them to stand out. All right. 6 and 7. Honor not thyself before a king, and in the place of the great stand not. For better that he saith to thee, come up hither, come thou up hither, than that he humble thee before a noble whom thine eyes have seen. Right? People see you going to the front, and then they move you to the back. That's embarrassing. Okay? Be humble, stay in the back, and wait to be called up front. Then you'll be honored. Right? And 8, 9, and 10, these just all go together, okay? Don't take him out of the court hastily, otherwise what will you do afterward if your opponent humiliates you? Make you case with your opponent without revealing another secret. Otherwise, the one who hears will disgrace you, and you'll never live it down. Right? If you can settle something privately, it's much better to do that than to make it public so everybody knows about it. Right? We highlighted 19. A bad tooth and a tottering foot is the confidence of a treacherous in the day of adversity. Right? Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot. Right? That's a true statement. Right? And 21 and 22. If he who is hating thee doth hunger, cause him to eat bread, and if he thirst, cause him to drink water. For coals thou art putting on his head, and Jehovah giveth recompense to thee. Right? If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink, for you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. And love your enemies. Jesus said, love your enemies. Love one another. You shouldn't hate anybody. Highlighted 26. A spring troubled and a fountain corrupt is the righteous falling before the wicked. Right? A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or polluted well. It happens, and it upsets you, right? When your representatives cave into something and vote on something that you know is wrong because they have been pressured by their peers or maybe even threatened. Right? It's like, a muddied spring. And 27. The eating of much honey is not good, nor a searching out of one's own honor. Honor. Right? Or to seek glory after glory. Right? You need to get rid of the pride and be humble. Okay? Seeking out your own glory. That's walking and doing this all about me. Nobody likes that. Okay? Nobody likes that. They do it, especially in sports, but yeah. So there you go. That's Proverbs 25, right? And we're on the downhill slope base, and then just keep going. There's more, of this until it gets to 30, and then it's 30 and 31 are different. But there you go. Today we're on day 330 of our Through the Bible in here. I think we're back in Acts today. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it. But until next time, we'll do it again. See you later.